It's Wednesday, and it's the final week in the life of Christ. What did he do on that Wednesday? Interestingly enough, we don't know. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of people who call it different things for that Wednesday. Some people call it Time Out Wednesday, that Jesus just called time out with everything that was going on. Other people believe that he went away to pray and to prepare for what was going to be coming at the end of the week. The honest answer is we don't really know what took place that day. So I'm going to give you my theory, all right? So here's the theory that I have. Have you ever been preparing for something that was going to be a momentous event in your life? And you knew that it was going to be life-changing, it's going to be life-altering, that you've got to absolutely make sure that you're at your very, very best? Well, for me, when I'm facing those times in my life, I call a timeout. I'll often tell my executives assistants, Donna Monroe and Melanie Bufford, I'll say, I need some white space on my calendar. I need some time where I can make sure that I'm not going to be disturbed and I'm going to be able to fully engage my mind in what I've got ahead of me in, say, the next 24 to 48 hours. I need that time to set apart so that I don't fall apart when I have to face the stress and the strain that I know that's coming my way. I've got a feeling that's exactly what Jesus did on this particular Wednesday. Because on Thursday, the Passover is going to start. And they're going to be celebrating the Passover meal together that we're going to talk about tomorrow. But on this particular day, since we don't know exactly what Jesus was doing, do you mind if I give you some advice about being able to take some time out? And you know what? There's probably some people smiling right now that really know me thinking, physician, you should heal yourself, all right? But let me tell you about some of the things that I think are just really, really important. First of all, you need to call a timeout. You need to have a stop day periodically in your life so that you can just get your body a bit healthier. It might be that you're just going to take some time to go out and to walk and to reflect and to think about where you are in your life and about what you want to be able to accomplish in your life. And there have to be those times when you unplug. We recently did a series called Detox. And in Detox, we were talking about that there's times that you need to even detox from social media. You need to detox sometimes from just the pressures of this life. And you need to find a way to be able to not just keep the bowstring always bent in your life like you're getting ready to shoot an arrow. So what that time does for you is it allows you to get a healthier body. It also allows for you to be able to have less stress. And you know that another great benefit to having a down day like that is that you can enjoy time with your family. You ever notice how much fun we have when we have a snow day in Georgia when it finally happens? We hope and pray there's going to be this snowy day. And I think one of the reasons that we enjoy it so much is because unexpectedly, everything suddenly stops. And then you just kind of focus on having fun. What movies are we going to watch? Are we going to build a fire in the fireplace? If it snows enough, are we going to have snow cream and actually put some kind of toxic chemicals into our body that's fallen out of the sky? And we go out and we do a little sledding. We go out and we walk in the snow. And all of a sudden, we're just enjoying life more. There's times that all of us need that Wednesday, that day when we just de-stress from life and we take time to reflect on what's coming down the road. I think it also gives you a time to be able to balance your life. And balance is something that everybody is searching for in their life. You're certainly searching for it with your family. And I think this day in the life of Christ, having absolutely no record of what took place on this day, I think this is a day when he was gaining the mental balance and the spiritual balance because of the battle that he was going to be facing beginning on Thursday night and into Friday afternoon. I think he was getting himself ready. The other thing that rest does for you is it does make you more productive. And Christ was going to be extremely productive in the redemption work that he was going to do on the cross. But he was making himself ready for that time, and he was making himself ready for that event. Now, I think that when you do this, you need to plan your rest. I think you need to take responsibility for your life. And I think you also need to understand sometimes, and this is so true for every one of us, there's times you just need to embrace some simplicity in your life and take the time out, even if it is, and listen to me very carefully. This is the last week in the life of Jesus. And yet, in the last week of the life of Jesus, we have the margin space. We have the time out, at least from the biblical writers, of what Christ was doing on that day. And again, all I can think of is, what would I do if I knew I was going to face the greatest test in my life, if I knew I was going to come up against the greatest obstacle that I could ever imagine, and for Jesus, it was going to be that he who knew no sin was going to become sin so that he could die an atoning death on the cross. I don't think you approach that casually. I don't think you approach that worn out. I think you approach that kind of a situation with great thinking, great tenacity, and great planning. And I believe the reason we have a white space on the calendar of our Bible on Wednesday is because the Lord knew that he needed those margins to get himself ready to be able to face what he was going to face in the next 48 hours. So it's Wednesday in the life of Christ. What can you learn from his example today? What can your family learn from his example today to help you to be able to take on those seasons of stress that all of us face in our lives? I'm Ike Reighard from Piedmont Church, and I'm glad you've joined me today.